Sports is brought to you by All Out Auto Repair, home of the $46 Saskatchewan and $66 Alberta Safety Inspection. Your complete automotive repair.
So Moses, CPCA action took to the track in St. Walburg over the weekend, and one rider was hoping to do something he'd never done before.
You know what, he's always had good races, but always had troubles. A few knocking down a couple barrels here and there, but it was Devin Mitswing's time to shine. Yes, Devin Mitswing has posted some of the fastest times this season, only to be docked time due to penalties. Heading into the final day of racing at St. Walburg, Mitswing was on the verge of claiming his first victory of the season after a flawless 2 days. In Heat 9, Mitswing at the top of your screen gets on the inside track of both Lane Bremner and Bob Van Eden. Mitswing would have a full chuck length lead and posted the top time of the night at 1:03.28. And most importantly, the aggregate time for the weekend. A penalty-free race for Mitswing gives him the St. Walburg crown.
Yeah, well, we were trying a bunch of new horses, and partially it was horses, partially my fault, but I think we got it together now, so hopefully to stay clean the rest of the season.
All right, looking at the leaders of the night or the weekend there, Devin Mitswing, of course, topping his dad, Ray, just by a few tenths there to capture, again, St. Walburg. BJ Carey, who's now in second place in the overall standings, finishing third on the weekend. Lane Bremner was in Devin Mitswing's heat. He finished fourth, and Jamie Laboucaine rounds out the top 5 on the weekend. Now, the league-leading Lloydminster Vandals play their final regular season game over the weekend at Armstrong Field. Standing in their way of an undefeated season were the 4-1 Grand Prairie Drillers. The Vandals came into this game saying they needed a quick start, and they do just that. Devon Harper gets the home team on the board first with a rushing TD in the red zone. 7-0 Vandals. Green and black jump out to a 21-0 lead before the Drillers crawl back, and that's Bill Quintal who punched one in. Then check this play out off the Drillers' kickoff. There's no room around the D, so what do? You try to leap a defender, right? Instead, the Drillers player gets kicked in the face. Ooh, you'd be okay. The Drillers would score 13 in that second to make it 21-13 with just $1:30 left in the half. But the Vandals shift the momentum back in their favor. Jared Velo finding Jordan Preeb all alone in the end zone with just 7 ticks left. 28-13 at the half. Third quarter, Drillers looking to come back. Nathan Alfred looking deep. Finds the Vandals' Matt Loveseth. He will take the interception into Drillers' territory, and he has some moves to show off as well. Fakes a handoff to Eddie Sheppel, then busts out the slick spinorama before being brought down. The home side wrapped this game up with 8 minutes left. Jared Velo pitching it to Devon Harper, and he takes it to the house. Put the Vandals up 34-16 now. They would go on to win 42-16 and go undefeated, outscoring their opponents 262-52 on the year. They would also earn a bye, a much-needed bye, into the semis.
There's no description for it, man. First time in Vandals history. We're glad to be a part of it. A lot of our guys were here for the first time, and we're just glad to bring it home for Lloydminster. We came in confident, but there were some points in that game where we never doubted ourselves, but we knew that we had to dig in. And just coming out with the win on this one, it's just, there's no expression for it.
NSRBL action tonight. The Unity Cardinals taking on the Lloydminster Juniors. This is Game 3. Juniors and Unity tied at 1. Winner goes on to the semifinals. Legion Ballpark tonight, 6:30. Should be a great game to check out. Now to the Lloydminster Betcave Rebels. They had little to wait, or a little bit longer than expected rather, after their U16 provincial championships were postponed due to poor weather in Stony Plain last weekend, but the girls were able to keep their momentum alive and snag another Alberta crown. The girls now head to Brantford from August 8th to the 12th for nationals. And in Pee Wee AA provincials, the Lloydminster Pee Wee AA Twins went 3-0 in the round robin, defeating Estevan in the semis, but fall short to Munster 3-0 the final there. And in rugby, the Lloydminster Reaper men keep their playoff hopes alive with a 30-27 win over the Saskatoon Crems. The Reaper women lost to the Wild Oats 72-10 on Saturday. Fitness was an issue in this one, as the Wild Oats women were too strong in the second half. The women also played in Saskatoon yesterday. Tough for them versus the Saskatoon Curlin. They would actually win this game by default for their first victory of the season. That's your first look at sports. Peter will have your weather details coming up. Now, the top young soccer players from around the region are heading to Meadow Lake next weekend, and Emmett Murphy catches up with the team as they prepare for the Saskatchewan Summer Games.
For the past month, the boys and girls have been doing 4 to 5 sessions a weekend, trying to get to know their teammates and learn a new way to play the game.
Most of these players haven't played 11v11 before, so they get them learning the phases of play, learning the defenders, midfielders, forwards, just to get used to playing 11v11.
Early on, the coaches noticed a great response from the kids.
Technical and mentally, they seem to be able to push themselves a lot better, making smarter decisions.
We play pretty good as a team and stuff.
The boys' team may be one of the youngest teams in the games, but that relative inexperience is not a concern to the coaches.
We were taking the best that came out for tryouts, and it just so happened that they were the young players.
And with the talent they'll field, the boys are setting their goals high.
Skill-wise, I think they'll compete. We're a young team, a small team, so size-wise that might be an issue, but skill-wise definitely up there for the competition.
I really want to see how we compare to other teams from around the province, and I think it'll be really interesting. I think we have a good chance of winning it.
The girls appear to have a contending team, but are a little more tepid in their predictions.
Just to have fun, compete, just to have an experience of lifetime, I guess. You only get one opportunity, so to do my best always.
The girls begin the round robin on Monday the 30th. The boys begin on Thursday, August 2nd.
That's all the time we have tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. See you then.
Good night. Good night.
Wardrobe consultations and clothing provided by Cliff Rose for Clothes,